Right, slightly different this week. We are on YouTube rather than being on TikTok, and it's going to be a longer video showing you what goes into a match day working at a professional football club. So, bit of an introduction. My name is Aaron Howie. I work at Cork City Football Club. Cork City is a club in the League of Ireland, and we compete in the SSE Airtricity Men's Premier Division and Women's Premier Division. So tonight it's the men's first team against Drogheda United at Turner's Cross. Yeah, I just wanted to do it this way rather than a 45-60 second clip on TikTok. Hopefully you enjoy this. If it's your first time seeing me, subscribe here, because if this does well, we'll do more of these. And make sure you're following me over on TikTok as well, as that's where the majority of the matchday content goes. In terms of what I actually do at the club, there's a couple of different things really. My job title is marketing executive. I was interviewed on RTE News a couple of weeks ago, and they gave me a promotion to marketing director, so I'll take that. Thank you, RTE. I design a lot of our merchandise, our jerseys, full kits, that kind of thing. My main focus is our social media and our content. We do a couple of other things like live events, live podcasts, where I produce the audio-visual stuff for that. I'm a co-host on the club podcast as well, the Rebel Army podcast with Stephen Ryan, so you can listen to that wherever you get your podcasts. But yeah, as I said, the main focus is the social media side of things. I've been kind of documenting a day in the life on TikTok for the last couple of years, and they've always done well, so I thought, let's try it on YouTube and we'll see if you enjoy it. A bit of an insight as to what goes on outside of a match day. I'm currently on my way to our training ground to pick up a couple of sample jerseys, we'll call them, for an upcoming kit launch that we want to get right. I need to collect those, and then I'm going to a meeting about deciding on what we're going to do and which we go with. After that, we've got a meeting with a sponsor who have re-signed for the current season, so it's kind of like relaunching the partnership, I suppose. And after that, then have an hour or two to get something to eat, and then it's off to Turner's Cross for tonight's match. I had intended to film more of a match week in the life, but to be honest, I've been sick this week. I have like the worst case of man flu to ever happen. This is Wednesday night, 2 days before match day. Finishing off the match programme. I've been working for City for 6 years, so this is season 7. I've never missed a game from being too sick, and I genuinely think Friday could be the first one. Like, I'm really struggling and have been all week. But anyway, if you're watching this, I was probably fine. So this is what the match programme looks like before it goes to print. Adobe InDesign is the software. But yeah, this is what I see before it goes to the printers and turns into an actual match programme for a Friday night. Voiceover time now. What a transition there as well, by the way. So this is the Easy Living suite. This is like the halftime suite that the sponsors and players and stuff go to. This is what Turner's Cross is like on arrival. Close up here with our lovely new signs that were put up recently. So as soon as I got there, I headed to the gantry. Right, so this is the gantry. This is where I'm based for our games. This is where we do the social media, the streams and all that. If you follow me on TikTok, you've probably seen this a couple of times. This is where the cameras go. Absolute best view in the house as well, by the way, by far. But yeah, this is where the cameras go. There's my little workstation where I do the match graphics and whatnot. This is where the commentators set up and the commentary equipment. This is where I do everything during the match, pre-match, lineup graphics, all that stuff. There's the microphones charging because I forgot to charge them, so apologies if the audio isn't fantastic. Another thing to show off actually is you do get a great view of the general Turner's Cross area from here and on the walkway up to the gantry. But that walkway isn't a very fun experience on a rainy Friday night. We've had a couple of close calls, but so far have lived to tell the tale. I hear there's a drone here as well tonight because we're on TV, so don't have a lot of drone footage at Turner's Cross, but I'm hoping that's true. That would make my life much easier when it comes to promo videos and whatnot. So I need to put this down now. I have a couple of things I need to do. Getting the lineup graphic ready, getting the Easy Living suite downstairs set up. And yeah, I'll be back to you just before kickoff. If you've ever wondered what controls the scoreboard, it's this fancy device here. All controlled by me up here. This is the lineup graphic on my disgusting laptop screen once again. Back to voiceovers for a little bit. Took you into the tunnel and down pitch side. It's just too loud here to use the actual audio fully, or to be able to talk down there and have you hear me. So this is what it's like when the teams are coming out. Really good crowd again. The atmosphere was incredible, as it has been for every home game this season. Back up to the gantry then. This is what it looks like mid-match. This game was actually slightly different because it was on TV. So the commentary team wasn't our usual commentary team. This was Trevor Welch and Conan Byrne from Virgin. Trevor, obviously a Cork man and a famous broadcaster down here, and Conan, a former League of Ireland player. That's kind of what they see. They've got one monitor which is a live feed, one monitor which gives them the broadcast, so the replays and all that kind of thing. I mentioned earlier on that we get the best view in the house up there, and we definitely do. This was City's goal, Rory Keating penalty, incredibly taken. I was trusted as well with the Man of the Match award, so fair play to Virgin and the league for trusting me not to do a runner with that. I have to do our full-time graphics kind of early because I head down to the pitch to film pitch side for the last couple of minutes. But just as I was getting ready to go, we had a visit from a familiar face at Turner's Cross, the Turner's Cross cat, which Danny Murphy on commentary one night called My Hair.
That looks like Howie's hair, that's his mullet. Howie's mullet. Up.
I was actually worried for him at this point because he was in and around the players and I didn't want to have to deal with that. This is what it's like down pitch side. The game did finish 1-1, so a point each, which wasn't the worst result when you consider our performance wasn't great. Benny Couto got chosen for the man of the match, so he took my award away. This is Rory O'Hagan, our usual commentator. Obviously very heartbroken not to be commentating on the TV game. The next morning then we were on the road to Limerick for our Women's Premier Division game against Treaty. There's Emma Deneen making her commentary debut for the Treaty stream. Didn't film a whole lot here because I wasn't really sure if it was going to be a one match video or a two match or what. But this is the extent of the footage I do have from that match. It was a 3-2 defeat, which was disappointing, but that was that weekend finished. So I thought that was going to be the end of the video. It's now actually a week later. I'm still sick, which isn't good. We were away to Derry today, and rather than actually travelling to Derry, I am going to the Arc Cinema, which is around the corner. We're showing the game in the cinema. I've never watched a match in the cinema before. I don't think many people have. But yeah, should be an interesting one. And I thought, because I haven't gone around to finishing off the video from last week, that this would be a good one to sort of add into it to show what that looks like, because I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if it's going to be young kids and families or a mixed bag or the usual crowd from a Friday night. So I'm about to head in there now, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this is like. Now, because I didn't really know what the setup would be like in there, I did the lineup graphic and most of the graphics I would need for the game in the car, as I actually covered the game on social media from the cinema, which was really weird. Here are the two lads setting up the mannequins, Anthony and Phil, doing a great job. A really strange experience. I can't decide if I loved it or hated it. One thing I did love was the reaction when we scored.
Space in front of him and plays it back towards Kudo. Kudo get his cross in. Oh, and right there.
Trying to find some light. Match is over. It finished 2-1 to Derry City. We had been leading. A really shit end, to be honest. Rory Keating picked up what looked to be a really bad injury. So that's Rory Keating, Shawnee Maguire, Malik, Dykesteel. 3 huge players for us. Greg Bulger as well, 4 huge players. All out due to long-term-ish injuries. So that's not good. It's funny, as great as working in football is, for most people in any other job, watching their football team is like the escape from work, whereas for anyone working in football it's one and the same. So that's my weekend ruined. Need to try and figure out how to promote a game next week when so many of the star players are injured, but yeah, it's all part of it. The event at the cinema was cool. There was issues with the streaming service, not with the cinema, but service-wide. It was all over Twitter and all over social media tonight, so that's not ideal. But yeah, the event was good. The cinema were happy. I think people that were there enjoyed it. So yeah, we look forward to the next one. And yeah, I suppose now we look ahead to Pat's at home next week and get to work on that. If you liked this, if you enjoyed it, it's something different to the quicker short form TikTok stuff. If you liked it, let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like, whatever it is. Subscribe if you want to see more, and if the interest is there, I'll definitely do more They are a bit more time consuming and all that, obviously, but I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it, and might see you in another one.